Hello everybody and welcome along to GG. I'm going to attempt to give you a few pointers ahead of ARC Trials Day on Sunday. Although in truth, I don't know how many pointers it's actually going to give us towards the ARC itself, because of course Enable isn't going to run and neither is Gaiath, who was so impressive last time winning in Germany. Actually, the only Group 1 on Sunday is the Prix Vermeil, which if anything is more of a trial towards the Prix de l'Opera. It's for the fillies, it's over a mile and a half and it's an absolute cracker. I think the interesting thing to note though is that the Brits haven't won this since 2010, when Midday was successful for Sir Henry Cecil. But I think this year they probably have the strongest hand for some time. John Gosden, notably, he has two in here. Starcatcher, of course, the Irish Oaks winner, and the English Oaks winner, Annapurna, who we haven't seen since. And I think the key thing is Frankie Dettori has opted to ride Starcatcher, who was pretty impressive over at the Curragh, and I think she is very much the one to beat on Sunday. Best of the home horses could well be Channel. She was very disappointing at Glorious Goodwood in the Nassau Stakes, but I don't think the track really suited her on that occasion, and I think back at home she's going to be seen to better effect. But for me, probably Starcatcher in the big one, the Prix Vermeil. We've also got a couple of small field ARC trials, as is often the case. The Prix Foix is for the 4-year-olds, and was just the 4 runners in there, which is pretty disappointing. They include Kiseki, who does always mix it at the top level over in Japan, but doesn't actually win very often. In fact, he hasn't won since 2017, Japanese at St. Leger. He was second last time out in the Takarazuka Kinen behind another Japanese ARC hope, Lise Gracious. And while I think he'll be fit for this, and these two races have been his aim for some time, I think he's probably going to struggle up against Waldgeist, who of course is a multiple Group 1 winner for trainer Andre Fabre. He was last seen finishing a good third in the King George. He's had a bit of a break since then, and I think he's going to be able to dominate this probably for trainer Andre Fabre. I don't think he's quite good enough to win an ARC, but he did run well in the race last year, and this race should well be within his compass there. A mention for lovely old Silver Wave as well. He won this race a couple of years ago, in fact in 2016, when it was held at Chantilly. He's a 7-year-old now, though. His best days are probably behind him. We have a slightly bigger field for the Prix Niel. That's the 3-year-olds ARC trial. Mohawk returns from a decent run in 4th in the Saratoga Derby. He lines up for Aidan O'Brien. And then we have Quest the Moon, who I think is interesting here. He's a German-trained runner, last seen finishing 3rd behind Dancer Terrier over in Germany. That was in a Group 1. He has, though, got a Group 3 win at Paris-Longchamp to his name, and I think that puts him right in the mix here. But the winner is probably going to be Sotsas, not seen since the Prix Jockey Club. Pretty good form from that race, albeit we haven't really seen the second home Persian King since. And although, as the French like to do, they will have left a little bit to work on with him, if he's going to be taken as a serious ARC hope, but you've got to think that he's going to go well here. So Sotsas for me in that Prix Niel. We also have the Prix de Pan, which is a bit of a trial towards the Foray. And I think the interesting thing here is what they're doing with City Light, who this time last year was a proper sprinter. He's a very good horse, and they were aiming him at the Prix de l'Abbaye. He was second in the prep for that, and then flopped in the Abbaye itself. So they're trying something different this season, going up in trip with him. He has been second over this 1,400 metres. He's won over 6.5 furlongs, and I think he's just going to outclass them in this field there. That does look an interesting race, though, the Prix de Pan. The Prix de Petit Couvert is the prep for the Abbaye. It's been a good race for the Brits down the years. I think they're probably going to struggle in here, though. Although Kevin Ryan sends over an interesting filly, Glass Slippers, might be worth a closer look. She was second behind Royal Intervention, who's since won a good race of her own over in Germany. So her form looks decent enough, and she could represent a little bit of value there. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of a summary towards ARC Trials Day on Sunday. So I'm not entirely sure we'll see the ARC winner, but it looks like a really good day of racing in its own right.